We do hope that this first Saturday of the 10th month of 2019 is treating you just right. We are right in time to just brief you on what's happening around you. My name is Samuel Njoroge, our sign language interpreter for this bulletin will be Walter Asewe, this being K24's NewsCut. And our top story is rather sad, where former Kakamega Senator, that is Mourning Khalwale, has lost his first wife, Adelaide Shikanga, after she collapsed at their Malinya home in Ikolomani sub-county on Saturday morning. Khalwale's wife is said to have been diagnosed with cancer of the cervix in 2003, and later this year she contracted cancer of the blood before she developed pulmonary hypertension on Friday. Khalwale, who served as Ikolomani Member of Parliament from 2002 to 2013 before he was elected as Kakamega Senator, attributed his source of success to Adelaide Shikanga, his wife of 39 years, and various leaders and Kenyans continue to eulogize the late Adelaide. Our condolences to the friends and family of Mourning Khalwale. Now, Environment Management Authority, or better yet, the National Environment Management Authority, has today conducted a crackdown in Nairobi, Nyamakema area. Led by Acting Director General Mamo, NEMA conducted the raid in partnership with Nairobi multi-agency team, where they recovered the burned plastic bags. The team also recovered a number of counterfeit goods from the area. Mr. Mamo promised the Kenyans that they will continue working day and night to ensure the environment is clean.
We found out that there are a number of activities going on here, including illicit goods, banned plastic bags, and a number of activities going here. Most of it are illicit goods, and the team are working on for the last 3 days. They've been here to ensure that they unpackage these plastic, banned plastic flat bags. And it looks like it's coming maybe possibly from our neighboring, because it's like this is close to a bus station, and most likely these products will be coming from our neighbors. We will continue working as multi-agency and ensure that we get rid of these issues once and for all. And I want to put on notice all those who've been working on this to ensure they stop these activities, because it is illegal. And we will not relent on ensuring that our environment is safe from such illicit goods and banned plastic bags.
Me is an example of one of unregistered pesticides that were found in this building here. This is not a new product, it has been around for some time. We have arrested many people and they have been taken to court, they have been fined, but the material continues to come into our country because we have not been able to get the actual importers. And I'm seeing now a breakthrough because of the multi-agency team.
Now, yesterday, the nation woke up to sad news where 13 passengers perished and 35 others went to receive treatment at various hospitals in Kisumu after there was an accident in Awasi region. And our reporter, Baraka Karama, has been following up on that story and now joins us live with an update from Kisumu. Good afternoon, Baraka, and thank you so much for joining us. What do you have for us as of now in relation to this accident that happened yesterday?
Samuel, I'm still here at the Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital, and as I can confirm that 5 victims are still admitted in this particular facility receiving treatment. Remember, yesterday we had 23 who had been admitted in this particular facility following that grisly accident that occurred at Awasi along the Kisumu-Kericho highway. And remember, yesterday 23 were admitted in this particular facility. 16 of them were treated with minor injuries and discharged yesterday. And today we still have 5 of them who are still under under observation, according to the medical experts here, who say that their conditions are stable. They say that they expect to release 2 of them this afternoon. That means that 3 will still remain here under close observation from the medical experts here. Remember, this incident comes at a time when the health workers in Kisumu County have down their tools, and yesterday they did issue another 7-day strike notice. Remember, they say that the county government of Kisumu failed to honor their promise. Last week, indeed, we saw the CEC Finance and officials of the Kenya National Nurses Union here in Kisumu, led by Secretary General Maurice Opetu. They did sign return to work formula. That meant that they were supposed to resume duties as usual, but following the negotiation, they say that the county government failed to honor what they had put into writing, and because of that, most of the workers have not yet reported back to work. They say within 7 days, if they won't be paid their dues, still they will go back on strike. And at this particular facility, remember, this is one of the largest referral hospital in the entire region, and the bed capacity of this particular facility is over 500 patients. And right now, I can confirm that most of the wards are empty, and the patients, the victims of yesterday's accidents, who are still admitted in this particular facility, of course, are not being taken care of by the doctors here and the nurses, because they are on strike. So those who are still taking care of the victims who have been admitted here are only the medical personnel who are on internship from the various medical institutions. So what I can confirm about the accident is that we expect 2 to be discharged this afternoon. That will mean that 3 will still remain under close observation. We managed to speak to the doctor in charge of this particular facility, Dr. Peter Okoth, who of course declined to speak on camera, but say that they are working on ways and means to ensure that they release the patients, going by the paralysis that has been seen in this particular region for the last 5 weeks. Back to you, Samuel.
Thank you so much, Baraka Karama, for that update live from Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Referral Hospital in Kisumu. Now, moving on, Treasury Acting CS Ukuru Yatani and newly appointed KRA Chairman Francis Muthaura are currently in Moyale, where the two presided over a meeting that will see fair trades between Kenya and Ethiopia. Now, let's listen in to what's happening in this region this far.
Kwenda mbele na sisi pia na mazungumzo haya itakuwa baina ya wafanyabiashara wakiongozwa na Chamber of Commerce branch ya Moyale, na ya kwamba wananchi wasisumbuliwe, na tunawaambia kando ile pana wafanyabiashara wote, wakati unaenda kununua kitu kutoka Ethiopia ama umenunua vitu kutoka Kenya unapeleka upande hiyo, barabara ambayo inatiwa ni hii moja. Lakini kama ukiwa unabeba bidhaa ya chini ya value ya 50,000, kama ile bidhaa ambayo umenunua kama ni chakula, ukiwa umebeba bidhaa ya value ya dhamana ya 50,000, hutauliza chochote. So usikuwe na wasiwasi. Pia tumechukua ahadi kwamba tutawasiliana na serikali ya Ethiopia ili barabara hii kama imefunguliwa upande huu iweze kufunguliwa mpaka mwisho, wananchi waweze kutembeana, wafanye biashara kila upande wafanye biashara kwa Ethiopia. Tunataka haya yaingiane vizuri, iwe bora zaidi. Haya ndio mambo ambayo yametuleta hapa, na mimi nataka nichukue nafasi hii kushukuru Rais wetu Uhuru Kenyatta ambao walinipa nafasi ya kuhudumu kwa cabinet kama waziri. Si waziri wa leba pekee. Wakati tulipewa nafasi kuhudumu kama wizara pale wakati ya Marsabit na Northern Kenya tulifurahi.
Now, Deputy President William Ruto has urged Kenyans to prioritize cancer screening as government improves strategies to battle the killer disease. Now, speaking in Meru on Friday, Ruto, accompanied by a section of area leaders, said the universal healthcare program is a sure way of combating the disease because all Kenyans will get access to quality and affordable care. Now, Daniel Kariuki has more on that report.
Deputy President William Ruto was in Meru County touring several projects, among them the installation of cancer screening machines in the County Referral Hospital. Deputy President took time to urge residents to undertake screening as it helps medics detect the disease early.
Cancer screening, kwa sababu tatizo la saratani ama kansa imetuletea changamoto kubwa. Na dawa yake ni early screening. Kule katika Meru County Hospital kuna screening inaendelea ya madaktari wa Kenya, madaktari wa Meru na madaktari kutoka India.
Ruto has maintained the government is committed to ensure every hospital in the region has the capacity to diagnose cancer.
Nilienda pale hospitalini pia kukagua ile mradi tulikubaliana na county government ya Meru. Tulikubaliana tunataka kujenga ICU ya kisasa hapa Meru. Na tulikubaliana ya kwamba county government ya Meru itajenga ile nyumba na sisi tutaleta equipment ya milioni 100.
Meanwhile, 2022 politics took center stage with a section of the leaders maintaining their support for Ruto's presidential bid.
Rais akiingia State House, mimi ndio nitaenda nyuma yake nimkaribishe tukae pamoja ndio niwaletee maana.
We have felt you as a leader. We believe you as a leader and we thank Mheshimiwa Uhuru Kenyatta kwa vile alituonyesha kijana mzuri, rafiki mzuri wa kutegemewa kama wewe. Kwa hiyo tunataka kumwambie tumesema sisi kama Wameru. Vile alisema msimamo wetu ni ya kwamba ifikapo 2022 uamuzi ulifanya mapema, tunangojea miaka yako 10 baada yeye ya kustaafu.
Daniel Kariuki, K24 NewsCut.
This next story is quite interesting because police had a difficult time trying to disperse an alcohol-thirsty crowd of people trying to loot beer from a lorry that toppled in Roysambu, Nairobi this morning. Now, video doing rounds on social media shows a police officer falling on the crates of beer, trying to ward off some of the looters. It still remains unclear on what caused the accident that blocked a section of a Thika superhighway. Take a look. I guess Kenyans got a version of their own token owing to the fact that the world over, the International Vodka Day is still being celebrated. It began yesterday and clearly it has reached in Kenya today. Now, over 5,000 bags of expired sugar has been netted at a warehouse in Mombasa County. The consignment is believed to have been in the process of repackaging the product that is unfit for human consumption. The National Assembly Committee on Trade, Industry and Cooperatives, while inspecting godowns that stored seized contraband sugar, discovered that some of the product had been released illegally at Inter-Africa warehouse, where the committee chair ordered the warehouse to be closed and treated as a crime scene, as the Director of Criminal Investigations and KRA, together with a multi-agency team, were called to probe the incident.
Haikuwa imejulikana na ofisa ya DCI, haikuwa inajulikana na multi-agency, haikuwa inajulikana na KEBS wala KRA. Wote kamati ile ya multi-agency haikuwa inajua kwamba kuna gala hili ambalo liko na sukari ambayo haiko sawa kwa kutumika kwa Wakenya. Kwa hivyo tunatoa ilaani kwamba ghala hili lazima lifungwe mara moja na kusiwe na kitu chochote ambacho kitatolewa katika ghala hili.
Now let's move on to this other report where leaders from Kakamega County want the national government to intervene and assist the Mumias Sugar Company. The leaders want the company saved from an imminent collapse and at the same time urged politicians not to politicize the situation, making it difficult for the company to operate. So indeed a story that we shall keep following up for you right here at K24 TV. Now, residents of Watamu and Kilifi County government have unanimously endorsed the proposed 28 billion Kenya shillings Palm Exotica project, which will see the area boast of having one of the tallest buildings in Africa. Now, hundreds of residents from Watamu, Gede and Dabaso who attended the public gathering said they wanted the project to commence immediately so as to create jobs in the county and open up the region for development. Interestingly, none of the speakers opposed the project during the public hearing held at Dabaso and attended by local, national government officials, county government, NEMA, the Palm Exotica investors and their respective teams.
He is undermining the progress, the efforts first of the President of Kenya. Secondly, he is undermining the efforts of our beloved governor. Anaandamani uongozi wa taifa la Kenya kuanzia juu mpaka chini mashinani.
Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta has reappointed Francis Muthaura as Kenya Revenue Authority Board Chairman for a 3-year term. In a Gazette notice published yesterday, 72-year-old Muthaura is set to begin on October 21st, 2019. And here is Angela Cheror with that report.
President Uhuru Kenyatta's extended stay for Ambassador Francis Muthaura as the chairman to the Kenya Revenue Authority Board for a period of 3 years. The appointment contained in a Gazette notice dated October 2nd, 2019 will take effect on October 21st, 2019, a day after the end of Muthaura's first stint. The former head of public service rose to the top seat on KRA's board under controversial terms in May of 2018, when President Uhuru Kenyatta revoked the appointment of Dr. Edward Sambili on a backdated notice dated May 22nd, 2019. The controversial notice preserved the stay of former Commissioner General John Juraini by revoking the decision to send Juraini on terminal leave pending his eventual retirement. At the same time, the head of state moved to replace 5 out of 9 board members, effectively rendering the ouster of Njoroge null and void. Muthaura's first stint was eventually dominated by the long-dragging succession row of the KRA's corner office, before the matter was laid to rest by the naming of Githimburu as KRA's new Commissioner General on June 6, 2019 by the former Treasury Cabinet Secretary Henry Rotich. Activist Okiya Omtata had previously challenged the legality of Muthaura's appointment. The High Court would suspend the nomination of Muthaura and 4 others on 29th May 2018, pending the hearing and determination of the constitutionality challenge. However, the court eventually appraised Uhuru's nominees in June this year, having found no breach in law from the appointment. Francis Muthaura's new term is set to expire on October 20th, 2022. Angela Cheror, K24 NewsCut.
Now, according to the United Nations, today, the 5th of October, is a day that has been delegated to celebrate teachers across the world. And right here in Kenya, we've got celebrations that are currently ongoing in Murang'a County. And we're now joined live by our team that is currently on the ground with an update on what is happening in Murang'a in as far as the International Day of Teachers is concerned. Let's listen in.
We don't want to spend taxpayers' money of about 2.4 billion shillings or almost trillion. We're talking about trillion of shillings. But again, we go outside and look for labor to work there. Let's encourage our young people, our youth. Tusiseme hakuna kazi. Let's offer them these skills in the universities, come and train as mariners, maritime training in the aviation, and they'll be able to take these opportunities and at least ensure that they are empowered in future, ensure that at least they have hope in the future, and understand what we are trying to bring up for them. Okay. So let me finish on Pioneer. I hope I've given you something. As I close, we are looking at 2019, 2020, and what we offer as Kirinyaga guidance and counseling teachers, as Kirinyaga career guidance, the hope that we need to give to our students, tell them yes, there's a lot that the world offers tomorrow. The training, the skills are there, we are ready to give them, and that the government has opportunities through Vijana Baharia that can be taken from our young people that are coming from the hinterland. We have water bodies that are there that can create employment, either sports, either recreation facilities as hotels, yachting, and all that. And also when you look at going down to Lamu, then second port is coming up, and what the port offers, that when the government spends this much on that infrastructure, almost trillions of shillings, that the infrastructure can be able to...
Well, World Teachers Day, the celebrations happening in Mombasa, not in Mombasa, but in Murang'a, I beg your pardon. A day celebrated annually since 1994. And we've got our very own Peter Tabichi to celebrate right here in the country among a host of other Kenyans and teachers who are doing a fantastic job. You can join Shukri Wachu at 9 p.m. tonight. He will be appreciating some of those teachers who are doing a fantastic job on the ground. Now, we need to take you to Mombasa County and bring in the Cabinet Secretary Transport, that is James Macharia, who's having a press briefing from that region. Let's listen into what he's saying.
And so that's one of the reasons why we came here. The second reason why we are here is to assess the progress being made in terms of rescue operations. You know, now it's day 6, and so we have to take stock as to where we are right now. As you are aware, there are challenges which we have, some serious challenges. Number one, the depth of the waters is about 60 meters. Number two, down there, the terrain is very rugged, and so visibility is not clear. Number three, as you know, there is strong current flowing. And then you see the weather, like today. And then the traffic in terms of the ferries, human traffic, and in terms of the big ships. So all these have been challenges. And so we came to assess what has been done so far and what is going to be done in the next few days. We have technical teams led by the Navy who have been doing a fantastic job. And so we have agreed in terms of the next few days what will happen given the advice we have received in terms of the technical aspects of this rescue operation. And then thirdly, we also would like to tell Kenyans what we are doing in terms of having a long-term solution to this crossing to the south coast. As you are aware, many of you may have read, we are going to do what we call a cable-stayed bridge. Last week, the Kenya government signed with the Japanese government how we shall do this cable-stayed bridge, which is one of the issues which was agreed between Prime Minister Abe of Japan and our president when we went for TICAD a few weeks ago. So that is now a reality. It's going to happen where vehicles and human traffic will be crossing from this side to the south coast. Secondly, we are doing what we call a cable car with the private sector. We have a company from Austria. We have provided them with land through Kenya National Highways, to do a cable-stayed car here, which will be ferrying about 320,000 Kenyans, every day. And then thirdly, we have other infrastructural projects which also we'll be announcing shortly in the next 2 or 3 weeks. With that, we believe that the ferries will not be required in the future. But before we do those investments, we are still investing in the ferries. For example, there's additional ferry which is coming in January in January 2020. And then the plan for Kenya Ferry Services is to also bring additional 3 ferries in the next 3 to 5 years. So even as we are doing these alternative infrastructural projects for the long term, Kenya Ferry Services, we also do the investment as indicated in their plan. And so we are here to tell Kenyans that all that needs to be done has been done. It's being done right now. We are collaborating with all the partners from wherever they are. You saw an expert from Sweden. We have other experts coming from South Africa in the next few days. We have experts in the Navy. And so we are not relenting in terms of the efforts being expended to make sure we bring up the bodies of Mariam and Amanda. And as of now, that's what we can say. As you know now, clearly this is a rescue operation, which we have to understand that there are some challenges which we are facing. But we have told the family that all that needs to be done will be done to make sure that that happens. We've been told that the next 3 days, the tide will be more favorable, and so we shall be maximizing our efforts in this regard. And so as of now, that's what I can say, as we continue with this very challenging but critically important task of finding the bodies and bring them up as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Kabla hujauliza swali, tuwe na heshima.
Now, search and retrieval team that is being headed by the Ministry of Transport. And for the better part of this week, we've seen Principal Secretary in that ministry, that is Esther Koimet, who has been in Mombasa spearheading the search and retrieve operations of the 2 ladies whose vehicle plunged into the Indian Ocean. We had hope that scuba diver, that is Volker Bassen, could have worked, maybe some magic yesterday. That did not happen. We keep following that story for you, and we shall let you know of the developments that we get from Mombasa. Now, also happening today, we've got President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, who is expected in Isinya today for the burial of a Cabinet Secretary Environment uncle, that is Keriako Tobiko, who passed on earlier on, and we expect a lot of punchlines to be coming from not from Mombasa, but from Isinya today, owing to the issue of the Mau, because Isinya quite literally is the backyard, and we shall be listening in to what the president will be saying in as far as various issues are concerned. So yes, Isinya remains a place of focus for us as we continue our coverage of news and newsmakers across the country. Now, in line with the manufacturing agenda as part of President Uhuru Kenyatta's Big 4 agenda, Kenyans have been urged to take up the challenge of ensuring the country takes the lead in Africa. Now, this coming just weeks before the China Manufacturing Expo, where a big number of Kenyans are expected to attend the expo to learn more with the Epic Business Tours, who are organizing the visit, calling on Kenyans to attend the expo.
Of the team that will be leaving here on the 14th of October, we are having a group going to the Canton Fair, mostly to benchmark. As you know, one of the agendas of the president is manufacturing, and the Canton Fair will bring manufacturers and many other people in one place. So we'll be able to expose them to people like nail making machine. We'll be able to expose people to all sorts of machinery that they're able now to learn and be able to come back here and implement and have industries in various sectors. So once again, Epic Business Tours, specializing in exposing business people to international markets.
My expectation when I go to China is this: I would like to know the source of goods, like motorbike spares, and and see how I can be able to ship them in affordably.
Well, at 1:30 p.m., thank you so much for watching NewsCut today. Expect more stories to come your way during our subsequent bulletins right here at K24 TV. Our sign language interpreter has been Walter Sewe. My name is Samuel Njoroge. You have a good afternoon, right?